Hey, it's Rhianna. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be a trying to conceive update, so stay tuned. It's been a while since I have done a TTC update video. My last one actually was like April 12th, so it's been about a month and a half. There's a few reasons why there was such a long break. This should be a pretty quick update video. So a quick recap of previous TTC videos. I had been taking some supplements that are supposed to help with PCOS or with fertility with people who have PCOS. I temp with Ovulacin, and yeah. So since the last update, I've actually stopped taking the supplements. I was taking Myo-insitol and d-chiro-insitol, whatever. Okay. Supposedly they're very helpful. They have all these benefits. They're super great for for women who have PCOS, and helps with all these things. It never worked for me. I took it for a little bit over 3 months, so I gave it a good trial run, and honestly, it just seemed like it caused more problems with my cycle. I was temping with Ovulacin at the same time I was taking the supplements, and so I was able to see that my temps were like, I've talked about this in my previous videos, but my temps have been like all over the place. Before I started taking the supplements, my temps were pretty consistent, and so I tried to give it time to see if it would, like, maybe, just takes a little bit for it to work for you or whatever. But my temps never seemed to regulate, and because of that, it didn't seem like I was ever ovulating, and also I was having a lot of really, like, it just wasn't working for me. Before I started taking it, I was noticing symptoms like whenever I was ovulating, that I would have like facial flushing, I would have back pain. I would, just little things about my body where I was able to notice signs that my body was, fixing to ovulate. When I started taking the supplement, I stopped experiencing those symptoms. And then, like I said, my cycles were just all over the place. I was bleeding randomly. I would just like bleed for a day, and then I wouldn't have a period for 3 weeks. And then I would have spotting for 3 days, but it wasn't really a full period. And so it just didn't work for me. So I've decided it was time for me to reorder. The last time I went to fill up my little weekly pill case thing, I realized that it was time for me to reorder, and so I just kept like going back and forth. I would put them in my cart, take them out, put them in my cart, take them out. And then I actually ended up ordering and then canceling my order because it just didn't really feel like it was working for me, and ultimately I decided that no, it's not working for me. It's not helping. It seems like it's hurting, and so I'm gonna stop taking them. And I have been off of them now for about a week, or a week and maybe like 1 or 2 days, and I'm just going to let my body do its own thing. Hopefully it's not going to take a long time for it to get back to normal. I hope I didn't mess anything up too bad. The last time I tried to take a supplement, I took Vitex like a year ago, and it took a while for my body to like rebound from that. So I'm hoping that's not going to be the same thing this time. And because I was having all those problems, I actually had stopped temping for a while, like within the last like maybe 2 to 3 weeks of taking the supplements. I just stopped temping because it was really frustrating. Like, first of all, you're not supposed to temp if you're bleeding, because you just don't want to insert the Ovulacin. It's not a tampon. You don't want to do that. And on top of that, like, if I was able to temp, I would like be missing a bunch of days. So yeah, I stopped temping for a while. But now that I've been off the supplements for, like I said, a little over a week, I have started temping again. Last night was my second night to be temping. So I'm getting back into the swing of doing that. Another thing that I talked about in the last Trying to Conceive update was the stress levels that Jonathan and I had been under for the past couple of months when we were going through the home buying process. We've been in our home now for almost 2 months, and so I feel like everything is starting to like really get settled. We're in a nice groove. Our home is coming together. We're feeling really comfortable here. I feel like our stress levels have diminished greatly. And so I'm hoping that's going to help also with this whole process. Jonathan is continuing to take his supplements. We haven't really noticed any negative impacts for him with the ones that he is taking. I haven't really gone into like major detail on here about what he chose to take, mostly because for men, they just feel like it's negative on them. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but he feels like it's like a manly thing, like he can't make a baby or something. So fertility struggles are hard on both ends. I can't speak for Jonathan, but I can say that for me, I have felt really good lately as far as like not letting this get too out of control, at least in my mind. Of course, I'm frustrated, you know, whenever I see like my temps going all over the place, or when I just start like bleeding randomly for no reason, because it's like I obviously can't get pregnant if I'm bleeding all the time. So, you know, there's that. So because of all the problems I have with the supplements, I really don't know where I'm at with my cycles or anything, because it was really confusing. I would think my period was starting and then the next day it'd be gone. And so I didn't know if I was supposed to count that or not. So like right now I'm just kind of like just living my life and hoping that I'm gonna see a pattern here with the temping, and that'll help me try to like figure out where I'm at in my cycle and like what's going on with all that. And then once we get there, I might, like once I get back into like having a regulated cycle, I might start adding back like maybe OPKs or something. And depending on how my body handles being off the supplements, if I start having a regular cycle on my own and I see with the temping that I see that like I'm, you know, ovulating and everything normally, I'll just let things go and we'll just try things naturally. But if I notice that like I may be having my cycles but I'm not getting the temp spikes showing that I'm ovulating, I might start a new supplement that I've already kind of had my eye on. It's not the same kind I was taking. It's a different like blend and all that. And if I do end up taking it, I'll do a video about it and I'll talk about it and we'll discuss like we always do. But yeah, that's the update. If you have any questions that you would like for me to answer in an upcoming trying to conceive video, make sure you leave them down below. If you'd like to follow along on our trying to conceive journey, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Go ahead and click that thumbs up button and I will see you guys next time. Bye.